Hello and welcome to the Dr. Be Good podcast. I'm Scott Townsend. I'm hosting this week while Dr. Good is doing school business away. And one of the things that we can say about a school district is that healthy schools sometimes are also community centers. So this past weekend we had basketball camps. We had students in there on Saturday playing basketball with their coaches. We had English language arts teachers doing a workshop in the afternoon on Saturday. And before then we had students sleeping outside of the school. Now that's a unique and a rare event, but I do think it kind of shows the diverse activities that happen within a school. So we're going to talk a little bit about our outdoor wilderness program, and it's at both of our schools with middle school students. We're joined today by several guests, and I'd like to give you guys a chance to introduce yourselves. And so how we'll do that is, if the teachers can, say maybe what grade levels you teach, and the students what grade level you're in. So, Andres.
Well, my name is Andres Ayala. I'm the choir and theater teacher for Mesquite West for 6th, 7th, and 8th grade.
Ms. Montgomery.
Hello, I'm Miss Montgomery. I am the 4th and 5th grade ELAR teacher for Plano.
Lindsay.
My name is Lindsay Varla, and I'm in 6th grade.
Excellent. Phoenix.
My name is Phoenix Anderson, and I'm in 5th grade.
Fantastic. So welcome to all of you. Ladies, relax. It's going to be fun. We're all friends here. So the outdoor learning group, we have a club. We have about 15 to 20 students at each. Is that about right for both of you? Made up of middle school students. For the most part, do you have any that are 5th grade, or is it all 6th grade?
We have a few who are in 5th grade.
A couple in 5th grade. And then we got a teacher sponsor at each side. And this is something we partnered with Destination Wilderness Youth, which is a nonprofit organization. And we actually have stolen one of their employees as our science coach, and she's the person that helps sponsor with you. And so thank you for joining us. Thank you, everybody. So going into the camping night, we're going to sleep at the camp on campus. And I sat there and I thought, well, that's kind of an interesting experience, right? I hadn't really thought that through very well beforehand. And when I got there to see what was going on, I think it was a little different than I expected. I mean, what did you expect as teachers when you heard we're going to sleep at the campus? Was it different than you expected? Was it the same as you expected?
Yes, for me it was different in that I didn't realize what all they were going to learn during the activity. And it was just adorable and very educational to watch the kids learn how to, some of them had never set up a tent, built a fire or sat around a fire. So it was just really nice to watch them they work together in groups so well and to set up the campsite and break it down.
Yeah, excellent. Andres.
I mean, for me, it was great since I teach them all. I had 6th, 7th, 8th. I have more girls than boys, to be honest. I was surprised about that at first because normally you see more boys than girls around that, and I was happy that I have more girls than boys because they normally are in their houses and they don't get the opportunity to get out of the class or get out of their houses to do something different. I've been a Boy Scout since I can remember right now, and it was great for me to go to camping. And for me as an adult and see them going through what I went through, it's amazing. So for me, it was great to see them all camping, put their tents, having competition to who put the tent first. It was fun.
That's good. So students, what was something that your favorite part? So at the end of every morning, right, you had the circle and you got to stand there in a circle and you went around. What was something, Phoenix, that you shared that was your favorite part?
It was the part when I said my name.
Okay.
We would we would say our names, and then we would say what our names go with nature.
Oh, neat.
Animals and bow riding and stuff like that.
Okay, so kind of like a nature association with your name.
Yeah.
You like that? Excellent. Lindsay, how about you?
When we were doing the circle, it was really fun because when we said our name, we would say how old we are and what grade we are. After that, we would say what was the beginning of your name? Like, mine started with L, and they said it had to do something with nature or something you like. I said I like to go swimming in a lake, and it starts with an L, so I'm like,
There you go. That's neat. I like that. And that was something that you guys really latched onto. So you got to get to know each other pretty well. Yeah, that's good. How about some of the other students that what was something that somebody else shared that was their favorite part that was different than that? Can you remember what maybe one of their classmates said that was their favorite part?
Well, the classmates that were there, they said that the s'mores were their favorite.
They like the s'mores. Yeah. How about you, Lindsay?
They also said that the s'mores were their favorite part.
Same thing there.
Also, like, we're telling stories, like scary stories when we're around the campfire. They said it was really funny. And
Those were pretty scary stories, huh? Did you listen to Taily Bone? Do you remember that one?
Yes,
Yeah.
we listened to that one.
Did you wake up in the middle of the night thinking about that?
No, but they
I just
used
woke
to
up and,
they came and scratched on the tent.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, and some people were scared. So people who were sleeping in separate tents would sleep with the people in big tents. So one of my friends, she was in a separate tent and she wanted to sleep with us because it was scary.
Of course, you're the protector, right?
No, she was.
bodyguard.
I was scared.
I got you.
And she was like giving like a different version, and she was like trying to make us think differently instead of like something different creature. She was like, think about it. What if it was a raccoon with a little speaker on its neck, and it was only time to say Taily Bone? So everyone was laughing, and then I had this other friend. And she was, after that, I was super scared. So she told us, she told me a funny story. And she just was trying to get me, like, not scared. And then we went to our tents. Well, before that, we had s'mores. And then everyone was, like, eating their s'mores. I had my s'more for the first time.
The very first one ever, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me come back and ask you about that because I've got a s'mores question just for you. So it was pretty cold. Did you guys get cold at night?
Yes.
My friend
took her blanket off of me. She asked me, I was sleeping, and she asked me in the middle of the night if we could share the blanket, and I didn't hear her, and I guess she thought I said yes, so then she took the blanket.
Stole your blanket.
Yeah.
How about you, Lindsay? Did you get cold at night?
Yeah, it was cold. I was like trying to get everything I could. Like my hood or at least a jacket, I was like putting the hoods around my feet so it wouldn't get cold. I was like over here making a whole bed out of everything I had.
Yeah. You know, sometimes I've been really cold and I've put like a hat on and socks, and that's made a world of difference. Yeah. So teachers, did you guys camp when you were in middle school? You said you were in the Boy Scouts, so that was about middle school or before. So you camped a lot when you were in middle school, huh?
A lot. I mean, 2 weekends a month, probably when I was young. I mean, I went camping outside in school because when I was younger in the Boy Scouts, we were in school. So basically, we actually camped inside the schools for protection and everything. But after when we started growing up, I started going outside to the forest or to whatever place we find to camp. And I mean, I love it. That's why when they talk about it in school, I was like, I want to do this. I'm the one for this. So, yeah, I camp a lot and I enjoy it. I enjoy camping. I love camping.
Miss Montgomery, did you camp when you were in middle school?
Yes, I've been camping since I was about 5.
Wow.
And I grew up in the country. And I camp with my daughters a lot. And same thing, when they ask who wanted to be a part of this, I knew immediately that I did. And I just believe it's so great for the kids to learn more life skills and more about nature.
Did you like the fact that you got to work with the students for a significant amount of time outside of class? It wasn't just an hour here, hour there. You were there all evening, all night, all morning. Did you get a chance to see them in a different light?
Yes. I love seeing, because in the classroom setting, you don't always get a great picture of what every aspect of their personalities. So when you spend that kind of time with them, I believe you get to know them better and vice versa. So it's just really nice. And I think it also seems to tie into how motivated they are academically, because you invest your time with the students and they see that. I think that matters a lot to them, and then they become more invested in their own success. So I think it meshes well together.
Yeah. So that connection, same thing for you, Mr.
Yeah,
Ayala?
connection, especially for example, my sixth graders. It's the first time I see them because last year they were fifth graders, so the elementary, so I didn't see them at all until this year. And now, like, since we're outside the classroom, well, they see you differently, but I still see you as a teacher, and they see you as a person that I'm gonna learn from. Not only as like a teacher, you're gonna be music notes, or you're gonna make us write poetry, poems, whatever. They see it more like an opportunity for them to get outside the PlayStation and everything else and enjoy like the life outside, what is a phone or something technology. So I think it's a more pure connection than just being in the classroom.
Yeah, excellent. I think it's probably designed for that, right? That's excellent. So, Lindsay, had you ever slept outside before?
Yes, I have, but
Yeah?
like it's the first time I ever stayed sleeping.
I gotcha.
Like I've laid down and stuff, but I never actually slept.
Like slept all night long.
Yeah.
What'd you think about it? Did you like that? Was it different? Was it weird?
It was a bit weird, but it was actually fun to see like sleep outside.
Yeah, I like it too. How about you, Phoenix?
Well, it was my first time like camping ever. I've never been camping. So it was pretty weird to set up the tent. I learned how to set up the tent for the first time. And the ground was super hard and rough. And I had like this a skinny sleeping thing where it like covers up the ground and you sleep on it. And so all night I was sleeping on that, and I kept on slipping off of it. So I just took it off eventually, off from under me. And then it was super cold, so Miss Montgomery gave us her jacket. She had a lot of jackets, so she gave a couple of students her jacket because it was like they didn't have a thick enough jacket, or they didn't have like a jacket at all. And so it was really fun, but it was also really scary because I thought like a bug would go in and bite me in my sleeves.
And you survived?
Yes, I did.
And you made s'mores for the very first time?
Yes.
Yeah. So how'd you make your s'mores?
Well, we had like these these really big forks. They're pitchforks.
Okay.
And then I got 2 marshmallows. I put 2 marshmallows.
2 marshmallows.
And then, yes. And then I burnt, and then my marshmallow caught on fire. And I knew that was going to happen eventually, but I wasn't expecting it to happen to me. So I just brought it up, like they said, I brought it up to my face and blew it out. And then I had a burnt marshmallow. And so I thought it was going to taste nasty, but actually it tastes quite good.
Changed your life forever, huh? Yeah, I like it. Lindsay, what'd you think? Had you made s'mores before?
Yes, I have made s'mores. The last time I did it, I had a black marshmallow. It was like burnt. I really didn't know how to do it. But like to the day I did it, it was like, oh my god, I'm gonna make like the perfect s'more, so golden and everything. And as soon as I put it on the fire, it caught on fire. I'm like, it was so close.
It takes patience, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's great. So you made the s'mores, and they instructed you on how to do it safely, right? So no one would. So that's a big part of the camping experience, is to do it in a very safe manner. So in both places, the tents were actually inside of a gate, inside of a fence, right? And so there's a very safe, controlled environment. Are you guys looking forward to camping? Like, Lindsay, are you looking forward to camping outside in a state park sometime, or?
Yeah, I would actually go.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. What about you, Phoenix?
I'm very, very excited.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't expecting much for for the camping on campus. I was just like, okay, so we're gonna have dinner. We're gonna go to bed then. We're gonna have dinner, tell scary stories, and go to bed. But it was completely different.
Sure.
Yeah, we played games first, and then we had dinner, and then we told scary stories, and then we didn't really go to bed after that. We just started playing on the playground for a little bit, and then we went to our tents. So yes, I'm looking forward to camping in a state park, because I mean, camping on campus was like it hired my standards. And so I'm pretty sure that camping on a state park, I'm going to have, like, hear more sounds, like nature sounds. And I'm going to, in camping on campus, we picked up microtrash, so I'm really looking forward to picking up microtrash again. So, like,
Sure.
I mean, I don't expect to see microtrash, but if I do, I'm just going to pick it up.
That's good. So one of the things that I noticed about spending the night on the campus was how many cars I heard, right? And I think if we live in the city, we get used to that. So when you get away from that, you don't have those cars. It seems really quiet. And sometimes that quietness can be almost deafening. You almost listen for that background noise because people are used to having a ceiling fan going. And so it is very different. Yeah. It's going to be great. So, we talked to the teachers about how much they enjoyed getting to know the students better. Did you get to enjoy your students more? Like, Lindsay, did you get to meet other people that you normally go to school with, but now you met them in a totally different way?
Yeah.
Was that good? Did you get new friends?
I got closer to them, and I could talk to people more often now.
Yeah. You saw them at school on Monday?
Yeah.
Were you like, hey, we just spent the weekend camping together? That's kind of cool, huh? How about you, Phoenix? Did you meet people in a different way?
Kind of, yes, but not really. Like, my friends have always been, like, wild, and so it was like I was seeing them, like, completely normal, but I actually did get to see some people in a different way.
Yeah. So teachers, big impact, right, for the students. Mm-hmm. Have you seen any changes we're only in November, right? So this is fairly new in terms of the whole school year. Have you seen any differences in the students or their outlooks or their opinions, or is it still too early for that?
I won't say it's too early for that because, at some point you're going to start seeing how they actually changing because they start talking about it. Even though just one night, they just like, hey, you remember camping? You went camping this weekend. Like, students, like, spread the words, and they just come and ask me. For example, I received an email today asking, can my kid be in the camping club and stuff? Like, people start talking, so I think it's a good impact. It's an impact that's been going fast through everyone, and I think at some point it's gonna be a big thing for both schools. I think it's gonna be a really good thing.
Mm-hmm. So what's the next events coming up? Do you guys know that?
We have the rock climbing.
That's the next one?
Yeah, December 12th, if I'm not mistaken, it's gonna be the rock climbing for both campuses. I think it's for the 4 campuses.
Okay.
Us 2 and the other 2 campuses are joining in the wellness adventure.
Oh, that's right. Because there's other schools involved. Other school districts. And that's indoor rock climbing?
Yes, there's an indoor rock climbing.
To begin with, and then after we teach safety and how to do it, we're going out to a state park to rock climb.
Well, that sounds neat. Have you ever rock climbed before, Miss Montgomery?
Yes.
Yeah? Mr. Ayala?
Yep.
Oh, you guys are old hands. Ready to go to Yosemite and conquer the rock faces. So those are the upcoming events, but there's other ones too, right? Because I saw some pictures of archery.
Yeah,
I didn't want to hit the mic, but that was my best archery move.
There's some trainings we have to go through first to get safety, then to bring it to school for the kids to participate. There's a process for that, but yeah, we're going to have archery, canoeing, geocaching, we're going to have mountain bikes. There's got quite a few extreme adventure type of sports.
You guys ready for that?
Yeah, it sounds really fun.
I think it sounds fun too. Have you ever ridden a bike?
Yes, but with training wheels.
Sure.
I was only 7. It was my first bike, and so my dad was trying to get me to ride the bike without training wheels, and so I couldn't do it. So then we just went and got me training wheels, but I've never ridden a bike. Well, I have, but I've tried it, but I'm catching on, but I'm not like a pro.
Excuse me. Well, this is your chance, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, Lindsay, tell me about a chocolate river. What is that chocolate river? I heard people talking about that, but I never saw that. What is that?
It's like the ground is the chocolate river.
Okay.
There's like this invisible line right here, and the teacher was over here. She said we would have these little mattresses. The mattress, we would have to put them on the ground and jump on them. But the teacher was right beside. If you didn't jump on them quickly, she would take them, and the marshmallow would float away.
Oh, so you had to work together as a team?
Yeah.
What was the final goal? Did you try to get like all the marshmallows across the river, or all the people across the river?
All
What
the
were you trying to
people
do?
across the river. There was different leaders. At the end, I ended up being the leader.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, why, if we have so many marshmallows, we could put them in one line. When one person jumps, the other person quickly jumps on the other one that the other person was on.
Gotcha. Cool. So you had a teamwork activity.
Yeah.
And then you mentioned micro trash. Tell me about micro trash. What is that?
Micro trash is the little pieces of trash that break off the big pieces of trash.
Okay.
And so our goal was to like find whichever team found the most micro trash would get like take home s'mores, and that was not on my team.
You
But
guys didn't get
I
it.
was still happy that we helped in the environment, like pick up trash.
So how much did you get? You're talking about little pieces of trash then. How much did you collect?
We had these big bags. Our team actually collected like some big pieces, some small pieces. It was mostly about getting the small pieces, but I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna get all the trash. But the goal was to get all the small pieces, and the other teams, there were 3 teams, and the other teams, they got, one team got like lots of micro trash. They had to get like a small bag to put in the big bag, and then the other team was like us, but they had less trash.
Were you surprised how much trash was at your campus?
Yes.
Yeah, it's
There was a
amazing how much
lot.
we litter as humans, isn't it? This would be a beautiful world if before humans came around. Yeah. So, excuse me. So, the Texas Parks and Wildlife has a program called, and I wrote it down, Texas Outdoor Family. So this is something where families can sign up with the Texas Parks and Wildlife and go to a state park, and they get everything provided. They get the tents, just like you guys had with this group, but they'll get the tents, they'll get the kitchen stuff, stoves, and so families, even if they're not part of this program with our school, you can still do that in at least in some of the state parks around Texas. I think it's a pretty neat idea.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool, right? Get people out there and see some different things. So you like the ghost stories, and you set the tent up. So what's some suggestions on setting up a tent or taking it down? What was one thing that you learned?
Like I didn't know there was like these little holes right next to the edges of where you could like put it on the ground and things.
Mm-hmm.
I thought at first it didn't make sense. Like I thought it would pop out in the middle of the night or just fall down.
And it stayed up all night.
Yeah, surprising. I'm like,
That's good.
Oh.
How are you, Phoenix? What's one thing that you learned about the tent?
Honestly, I thought the tent was gonna have it did have this big pole, but I learned that dang, I just had it in my mind.
Okay.
But I learned that it's not what you think it is. Like before, I never seen a real tent, so I thought it just had like a big stick, and then there was the rain fly, and then there was just a door and with a zipper, and it was like way more than that.
A lot more complex.
Yes, it was way more difficult than that. And so I had lots of fun, like putting the tent up and working together with my other people, with the other people who were sleeping in the same tent.
So that's kind of the goal, right? So that when you guys go camping next time, it'll be the same tent. You'll know exactly how to set it up. You'll know how to put the sleeping pad down. Maybe find some flat ground so you won't roll off at night, things like that. So I'd like this to wrap up with a series of questions, quick answers, right? So we'll just, everyone, including the teachers, we'll just go around in a circle. And some of them have to do with camping, some not. Just get to know each other. You guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Mr. Ayala, favorite food?
Rican, rice, beans, chicken.
Okay, Lindsay, what's your favorite food?
It's tortillas with beans, just that you could put cheese in there, and it's really good.
Miss Montgomery?
Anything Italian?
Okay.
My mom makes me like tortillas, and she puts butter, and then she puts sugar and brown sugar, and then she rolls it up.
Ooh, that
And
sounds
she makes me, and it's super good.
That sounds good. Okay. Favorite class or subject you had when you were in school?
Math.
Lindsay?
Math.
English.
Math and, well, I have 3. Is that okay?
Mhm. Sure.
Math, science, and English.
Okay, well-rounded. What song you would listen to right now?
It's too hard.
Yeah,
It's just too
for the choir teacher.
I will be listening right now. I don't know, anything that is instrumental without voices.
Okay, Lindsay?
Any song really, but like any classic, no voices, like pianos or something.
Mhm.
Pianos.
I'm with her at the end of the day. Kind of relaxing, classical music.
Jazz.
Jazz? Not that horse ride song?
Oh, that's, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. No Baby Shark?
No.
No.
Oh, man.
My-
Okay,
my
my
little
newly
cousin
Baby Shark
plays
lover
that
here.
too.
I love that song. Okay, when you make your marshmallows, burn it, or do you try to toast it nice and lightly on each side?
They stole my 2 best marshmallows I made.
Oh, they did.
And then
I'm
the
so
last
sorry.
try, I don't know, it melted.
No,
Yeah, it just melted. Yeah, I don't know where, but it melted.
Lindsay?
I would try to get it like gold and everything, but it ended up being burnt. Only one of them was gold, but it was really good.
Okay, 50%.
Light brown. I don't like it burnt.
Okay.
1 burnt and 1 gooey. Well, I want them both gooey, but 1 burnt and 1 like lightly brown.
Okay. And what would you bring differently next time you go camping? What's something you would do differently and bring something different?
I mean, if it's the same kind of weather, probably like 3 more blankets.
Right? It's colder here than Puerto Rico. Huh?
Yeah, it is way, way cold.
Yeah. Lindsay?
Same. If it was like the same temperature or even colder, I would bring a whole bunch of blankets.
Okay.
More Carhartt coats for the kids.
Yeah, more jackets. You load up the car with
Yes.
jackets.
3, like 6 pairs of jackets and 3 blankets.
Gotcha. There you go. So just more clothes.
Yes.
Okay. Well, so much for traveling light. You guys are going to have to like huge backpacks, I guess.
Oh, I had a huge backpack. I had a like big duffel bag.
Yeah.
It was only 2 days.
Right. That's good. So that brings us to the end of our time for talking about camping and destination wilderness. And so we've got mountain bikes coming up and archery coming up and rock climbing coming up and all sorts of neat things. And so it's aimed at middle school students for Legacy. And if you've got students who are outside of that age group that you want to get involved with going outdoors, check out that Texas Outdoor Family. I think it's a pretty neat program. Without any more further ado, I'm Scott Townsend. Thank you so much for listening to the Dr. Be Good podcast.
Thank you for tuning in to the Ask Dr. Be Good show. For more information on Legacy Preparatory Charter Schools, visit our website, legacypca.com, or call 469-249-1099. And remember to like us on Facebook, where we stream live weekly Tuesdays at 3 p.m.